Welcome back to Copper Star Precision, the channel dedicated to getting you more points at your competitive shooting matches. A little late to the party, but we're here with the February 2025 NRL22 Course of Fire strategy videos. I'm going to do a little bit of an abridged version. I don't have the trigger cam set up. I do have the dry fire targets available on my Patreon page, but we're not doing scope cam stuff today. This is a relatively straightforward match. It's really good if this is one of your first or second matches to kind of get some more experience with the barricades and all that kind of stuff, because nothing seems too difficult on paper, but we have a lot of choice during this match. And that's kind of what I want to focus these videos on, is the decisions you make and how it's going to either help you or hurt you, and then hopefully it helps get you more stable, make your movement more efficient, all that good stuff. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right on to stage one. You stole my heart, but I won't press charge. It's this ladder stage, 12 rounds. So if you have 10 round magazines, you always want to be thinking about where you're going to do that magazine change. And pretty straightforward. And this is what I'm talking about when we have choice. We have 4 positions: standing, kneeling, sitting, and prone, 3 shots from each position. The prone position may be utilized on the prop or next to it from the ground. So we only have one target, 2-inch at 95 yards, which is not as easy to hit as some other targets during this match, but at least it's only one target, so we're going to dial and set parallax for that one target, and then we kind of have to make our decisions about what's going to work for us. So when we talk about the ladder and we have choices, I always advocate for sort of working top down, working with gravity. That makes the transitions much easier. But you know, if you're at a match and the wind is howling and you need to make a good wind call, you have the option to either go prone on the bottom step or prone next to the prop. So I kind of have 2 different rifle setups here. These are both my base class rifles, the CZ457 MTR and the budget Ruger build, to give you kind of ideas based on the gear you have, what you might want to think about. So obviously the easiest solution is going to be a one bag solution, and we're just going to go whatever's comfortable for you standing. So standing, I could either do the top 2 rungs. I'm probably going to pick rung 4. I'm going to get a nice stable base. I'm going to keep my legs straight, my knees pretty much locked out, come onto the rifle like this. Then we have to go to some sort of kneeling position. Kneeling means 2 knees down, or it means 1 knee down. I'll probably take 1 knee down so that I can put my elbow into my thigh for some rear support down here. Then we have to sit. Sitting means your butt has to be on the ground. So here, I'm going to take a position, butt on the ground, have the front of the rifle supported by the bag, and then I'm going to use my hand to support the buttstock of the rifle like this. And then I can use my kind of sit cross-legged here, get on glass, and I can use the squeezing of my knees together like one of those old 80s or 90s jazzercise commercials.
Let's start with a signature exercise of the Thighmaster Gold, which works the inner thigh.
To change elevation, that's super stable right there. Obviously having a balanced rifle helps. And then we can go to a modified prone position, which you've seen plenty of times. And we just take the bag, put it down here. And in this back position is sometimes where I will incorporate something like a pump pillow for rear support. So that's one option. Now, other options, let's say it's a windy day and you need to make a bold wind call and you want to make sure you're super stable, so you know it's the wind and not necessarily your movement influencing where the bullet actually ends up downrange. Well, we have a couple options here. So on the Ruger, I'll put the CZ aside for a second. On the Ruger, the bipod is affixed, right? So if you have a Harris style bipod, this is a Caldwell clone. What I might do is, if I need to make a bold wind call, timer goes beep, get on the rifle, use the same bag I'm going to use on the ladder as my rear bag here. Take really good fundamental shots, engage 3 times, bolt back to move. And what's nice about this bipod is that we can just pull back, the legs collapse. Just like that. Now I'm going to go do my top down for 3 more positions. We've already done prone. And when I come here, sometimes it's easier to turn the gun sideways.
Hey, God, no, turned it sideways. Kill shot. That's a kill shot.
And get in that way. And then even when coming out, because that bipod's attached, Just gonna slide it out, grab the bag. So rifle up, bag down, sideways, rifle down. Now we have to take a kneeling position. If I brought this along with me, good opportunity for a pump pillow. Get everything super stable and proceed as normal. So that's what you might want to do if you have a bipod that's attached. If your rifle has an Arca rail and you have a couple more bits and bobs of gear, like on this CZ, and you want to take that first position in an actual prone, we're going to do the same thing here. Bring the same bag we want to bring. We're going to engage the targets. And you see I have this flat bag attached, so I don't need to bring this with me, so I can get nice and comfortable. Take my 3 shots, come off the rifle. I'm going to actually loosen this, slide this off, and now I'm already transitioning right there. Rifle's balanced. I can leave all that gear there. We're going to go out and in. If I brought this with me, or I can reach over here if I want to grab something else just for a little more support in the rear, we can do that and engage that way. So again, this is it's gonna be a stage that, depending on how your gear is set up, like for example, the affixed bipod or an Arca bipod, we can ditch the bipod, make transitions in and out of the ladder rungs a little easier. Again, if you want to bring a pump pillow for the kneeling support, or even the seated support, something to rest your elbow on, get nice and stable in the back. Bring your favorite wedge-shaped bag that you can use both as a rear bag and a front bag if you're not using a plate attached bag. And other than that, it's just knowing your body type and how you want to interact with the 4 positions. So for most people, prone is going to be on the side and the bottom rung, sitting is going to be the second rung, kneeling is going to be the third, and standing, depending on how tall you are, is 4 or 5. So the order in which you do it is up to you. I advocate for either 4, 3, 2, 1, or going prone and then 4, 3, 2 for the rest of the shots. Again, if you're doing a mag change and you are going prone, you know, you're in a nice comfortable position. The rifle is basically supported by itself when it's, you know, on a bipod and a rear bag. So maybe you want to take your first 3 shots, change your mag down here, and then treat this as a 9-round stage. So those are kind of my things that you might want to think about before you go to the match for this stage, and figure out what works for the gear that you have and what works for your body type. Let me know what you're going to do down in the comments. If you like these videos, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications enabled. We'll get all these videos out before the first Sunday of the month. And until I see you next time, as always, score more points.